Welcome to Cocktail Corner. I'm the Gnome, and this is Gnome's Tavern, and we're here with another great cocktail for you today. Now, you may be curious what I'm dressed as, but I've always wanted to cosplay, and I thought Bob's Burgers was probably one of the best things to start cosplaying as, because it's people wearing clothes. And Fischoeder is my favorite character in Bob's Burgers, and I had Amazon points for this nice white suit, so I was like, damn, let's go. I do need to adjust the wigs a little bit. And the reason why we're dressed up as Calvin Fischoeder is not only is it Halloween, or I'll be at DreamHack cosplaying with some other cosplayers, but it's because I was watching Bob's Burgers, and I think it was season 15, episode 11, where he wants to orchestrate at an orchestra. But he wants to speed the tempo up. So he's trying to convince these people to do a faster tempo. So he has Inga make a cocktail, and the cocktail's name is called Cleopatra's Climax. I've looked all over for this. He even references a cocktail book that, from what I can find, does not exist. And I can't find anything online for this. So I kind of had to make up this cocktail by looking at the pictures. And I've asked 3 total wine experts, all the people at the distillery I work at, and including Matt Ray, who is probably one of the most knowledgeable people about booze in the world. And no one could really guess what these are on there, but there's kind of context clues. One, the drink is served with peaches, and Bob makes a burger with peaches on it. So I assume that there's peach liqueur. The other one is a green bottle. I thought it was Tangray at first, but Tangray doesn't make that shape of the bottle. So I believe it's a Jameson, and I think there's a green dot label that has a bottle shape like that kind of looks like it. So we're gonna use Jameson, the most famous green bottle. My depth perception is completely off. The other bottle, it looks like it might be a vodka. I was gonna do vanilla vodka, but it was a little too much, so we're just gonna do a regular vodka. And then to kind of balance it out so this drink is actually tasty, we're gonna do an Amaro. This Aperitivo, Cochi Americano, Aperitivo Cochi. It was one where I wanted to make sure I kept that color alive, but I also didn't want to have the redness. I want to make sure that color was great. This cocktail also works great with the gin. It just wasn't the right color, so that's why I went with the Jameson. And then it was garnished with the mint and peaches. Now this drink is super boozy, and it is because he wants to convince them that being a tempoist, or as Linda says, a tamponist, is not a bad thing. So it's a very boozy cocktail. My wife likes it, so we're gonna do it today. Matt Ray told me, don't do this cocktail. It probably won't come out good, but I think after a lot of research and a lot of time and effort, I think I made a good cocktail. So we're gonna try the Cleopatra's Climax. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, make it worth it, and follow me for more Bob's Burgers cocktails in the future and in the past. So let's dive on into the drink. So Inga, using her talents, she's not only great at helping turtles, but she's also got some good bartending skills from Applebee's. She just dumps it and builds it into the glass. Again, I want this cocktail to be a little bit more tolerable because she just kind of dumps and then serves. So we're gonna stir it up first, but you can build it in the glass like Inga and use her kind of skills. So the first thing we're gonna add, this is all equal parts. It looks like she does about an 8 count. We are going to do a 6 or 8 count. So we're gonna do a 6 count, which is gonna be about 1.5 ounces. And we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of vodka. Sorry, the only vodka I have are these big, cheap gallon vodkas because I make bitters, which you should definitely purchase down below, the Earl Grey bitters. You don't have to have money like Calvin Fischoeder to enjoy great cocktails and great bitters. There we go. I don't know, just commercial up my butt, you know. Spend your money on Wonderwolf. All right, we're gonna do equal parts too of the Jameson, that mystery green bottle. Yeah, one day a Total Wine said it was Jaeger, and I was like, the cocktail did not look like Jaeger at all. So we're gonna do our Jameson. And then we're gonna do our, you can do a peach liqueur. I found this peach brandy that I really liked, and it's gonna make it pretty delicious. It's kind of almost like a Negroni. That was kind of what Matt Ray said. He said maybe if you focus on the Negroni part of it, it probably will be a good cocktail. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna do our Cochi Aperitivo. I was also thinking of an Amaro. I had some cool Amaros. Feel free to switch it out with that. But I feel like he would have this brand because there's a lot of like classic cocktails and a lot of modern sophisticated rich people cocktails that use it. So I figured he would have it. And again, this is a boozy. It has changed the course of history twice. Let's see if it will change the course of history 3 times as we stir it up and pour it out. All right, now she just served it with like regular old ice cubes from the freezer. We're gonna make it a little bit fancier. I didn't put on my white suit for nothing. All right, and then we're just gonna dirty dump this cocktail. There we go. And then it was garnished with mint and a peach slice. So let's got our mint. I actually got some good mint this time. And then they just kind of like threw, Linda was in charge of garnishes, so she kind of just threw a peach slice on there. And there you have it, the Cleopatra Climax. I was thinking of a Frank Ocean song like Cleopatra as I break things. I'm also trying not to ruin the suit. So I don't have to go pay for dry cleaning. Let's give it a try. Woo. That is a boozy cocktail. It is, though, pretty nice. I get a lot of the peach, and I get a lot of the Aperitivo, the Amaro right there. That was really delicious. The Jameson is taking kind of a back seat, but it's sweet. It's nice. I can see if you're having this in a party or you wanted to make a picture of this where people get really drunk, because Inga has to make 2 pictures, one for the party and one for her, of course. And so this is definitely, if you want a boozy cocktail that you can drink pretty easy and you can make probably drunk, this is probably a really great cocktail. I can understand why world events change after drinking this cocktail. Well, I hope you guys like this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think it is, and maybe we'll remake the best one. But this is a pretty good Cleopatra's Climax. I hope you all enjoy this, and remember to always tip that bartender so I don't have to pay Inga. Cheers, y'all.